Can you smell what The Rock is cooking with the Smashing Machine, or should he go back to movies in the jungle? Welcome back to another Movie Nights movie review. I am Dalton Burdett with the amazing Nick Iricchio. Nick, how are you, my friend?
I'm doing smashing, old chap.
Smashing, like the wild thornberries.
Smashing it.
Uh,
Yeah, I'm gonna beat him up.
dude, yeah, I was going to do it. I was about to do it. What was that character's name? Donnie? Was that his name?
Yeah, I think it's Donnie.
Oh, yabbity, yabbity, yabbity. It's so good. Anyway, I can't believe we started the Smashing
We're
Machine
off to a
review like
great
that.
start, guys.
Off to a great start. But we're talking about the Smashing Machine. This film was directed by Benny Safdie, and it stars The Rock, Dwayne Johnson, and Emily Blunt. And it is about a 3-year stretch of time for the life of UFC MMA fighter Mark Kerr. Nick and I actually went into a very in-depth talk and review on this over on the Films for Breakfast podcast with Adam Sedaris. Amazing time over there. Great show. Please go check that out as well, where we kind of go into more spoilery details and really do a deep dive. We're kind of going to mostly stay surface level on our review here. But I just want to say that I like this movie. I thought it was quite good. I don't think it's a great movie. I think there are things that prevent it from getting to that status. But overall, I enjoyed it. And I think that the performances are really well done. And of course, starting with The Rock. I think that Dwayne Johnson gives what's easily his best performance. I think that he really wants to win that Oscar really bad. I don't think that's the case, but if the goal was to do a role that's outside of his comfort zone, to have people see him in a different light and see if he's capable of more, I think he checked all of those boxes. Like, honestly, I thought that there were moments in this where even with someone as much of a distinct look as The Rock, there were moments where I didn't see him at all, and I just saw this character that he was playing, which is what you want, obviously, as an actor. There's a sequence in a hospital bed that I think he knocks out of the park in terms of his performance. It's his best scene in the movie, I think. And, this movie is about addiction. It's about addiction to drugs. It's about addiction to winning. And just kind of seeing Mark Kerr go through what he goes through with the mix of sports tropes, which don't always work, but sometimes work. We basically tried to get A24's version of Rocky 3, and for the most part, it was okay. I'm going to throw it over to you, Nick. What were your thoughts?
I'm kind of with you where it was mid, it was good, and I think that hindrance, there was something great in there. I thought that Benny Safdie did a great job directing.
Mhm.
I think his editing was a little mixed for me. I think the movie had some pacing issues overall,
I
but
agree with you.
in terms of the direction, I thought it was great. The performances to me were the standout of the whole movie. I mean, Emily Blunt's just a terrific actress. You always expect that. And I agree with everything you said about The Rock. I don't think the Oscar win is in there. He might squeak in a nomination, but I really don't know what else he's up against. It's coming out the rest of the year, so it's possible that he just gets lost in the dust. But I agree with your whole concept of just like, if the goal was to see The Rock in a different light, he proved a lot to me in this movie.
Yeah.
Like, and I know he's now attached to it. He's trying to make that pivot. I know he's got another movie with Benny Safdie that he's lining up. He's going to be in the next Martin Scorsese movie, and these are now things that I'm like, oh, this could be a very interesting choice, not just expecting to see The Rock. It was a very transformative role, which it was great to see. Ryan Bader also had a supporting role where he played
Yes.
Mark Coleman,
Yes.
another Mark in the movie. For this to be his first acting performance, to my knowledge, because he is actually a UFC fighter or an MMA fighter. That's the same thing, isn't it?
Ish, yeah.
I thought he did a phenomenal job. Like, I thought it was a very strong supporting performance in the film. And I think The Rock and Emily Blunt's chemistry is great. That's, I think, what elevated Jungle Cruise. I have to mention Jungle Cruise here.
Of course.
And I think it was a great choice to cast them together in this movie. I think just the movie itself felt conflicted about what it wanted to be. I think it wanted to do a lot, and I think it was held back by also needing to be an A24 movie. I know A24 is a studio, but there is that stigma going against it of
Mhm.
A24 being a particular style of movie and not just a movie studio. And I
Right.
think that may have been the film's biggest hindrance, because I think there's an excellent addiction story here, and I think there's an excellent sports drama here, and I think sometimes those two just did not mesh as well as they wanted executed.
No, I agree. I agree with you. I think that I personally liked the end of the film. I think the build up to the end of the film could have been done a lot better. But I think the actual shot, I'm not going to give away, and not like that final shot, but the ending, the last time we see Dwayne Johnson portray the character, I thought was very well done. Leading up to that, though, I think the build up to that was a bit weak, and I think that's also part of where the tropes don't exactly mesh with the type of story they're telling, and the subversion of the tropes should work, but they also don't quite work, which is why you kind of have a little mixed match of the story there. But I agree that Benny Safdie crushed the direction, didn't crush the editing. Overall, I enjoyed the film. I learned a lot more about Mark Kerr, and The Rock portrayed the story very tragically and very well. It was very well done. It's a good movie. It's kind of just and people are going to think that I hate the movie because I say that, and that's not true at all. I try to be nuanced on the internet, see where that gets you. But I liked the movie. I thought it was very good. I'd probably give it 3 or 3.5 on a good day. Maybe I'm at 3, but I liked it. I liked it a lot.
Yeah, I think I'm at 3 too, because I don't know if I don't know if the rewatchability factor is there, and I think that's kind of what bumps it to a 3.5. But again, it was great to see The Rock trying something different. I appreciate the effort. I respect the effort. There were strong performances, and I think that the performances are what elevated the movie for me. I think that Emily Blunt's character could have easily been, the SNL Heidi Gardner boxer wife, every wife in a boxer movie character. And I think her performance made it something different from that. And I think every time it was kind of approaching that, Blunt's performance was able to kind of pull that back. So, I think there are a lot of strong positives and a lot of strong negatives for the movie, which just end up evening out. But I'm very excited for this new direction with The Rock, and I'm excited to see where it goes from there.
I agree completely. And guys, what did you think of The Smashing Machine? Have you had a chance to see it yet? Let us know what you thought in the comments down below. As always, thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.